Hey Keith, how are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Pretty good. How's it been in the U.S.? I heard you guys, you guys are from Australia.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we've been over here for.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I'm just saying we've been. Were you asking how's it been, or
Yeah.
what was your question? Sorry?
How has your experience in the United States been so far? Like, when did you guys first get here from Australia?
Well, I mean, we started touring at the beginning of August last year, and we've only been home for a couple of weeks. We've only been home twice in the last two. In the last year, so I mean, the touring experience has been great. The crowds have been getting increasingly bigger, and the reception from American crowds has been really good.
Well, that's awesome to hear. You guys, I heard you guys started in 2011. What made you guys decide to form a band in the first place? The love of music, or just same interests?
Yeah, I mean, it's a love of creating music. That's what we do, and yeah, that's something like most musicians, you do it for the love of it. I mean, I think if you do it for any other reason, I think you're probably mad. I mean, if you get into a band, for instance, to try and get rich, well, then that's probably a crazy move because that's that's a long, hard road. But for us, it was always just about the love of music and just wanting to get our music out there.
That sounds awesome. Being an aspiring musician myself, it means a lot that people are going for the actual music itself than that fame and fortune part of it.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I was just talking to somebody the other day about that, and um, yeah, in the last 5 or 10 years with reality TV, has been a lot of people wanting. It seems to be the main focus is fame rather than the music, which I think it's probably always been the case. There's always a lot of people that have seen the romantic side of being a musician. They just want the fame, but really, I mean, you've got to be in it for the right reasons, I think. And yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of fame for the sake of fame.
It said in your bio that you started out with your own studio. So was there a plan for that? Like, do you start out with your studio and then send out the music and see where it goes? Because I noticed that it said that you guys went back to school as well.
Yep. Well, when the studio came about, because we had a smaller studio before that, but it just wasn't quite big enough for what we wanted to do. It just wasn't conducive to. It wasn't a good space for creating music, and it was just a bit too cramped. So we thought that we needed to upgrade that, and so we spent a lot of time and money building a studio that was comparable to a commercial studio that you could go and hire out. But the good thing about having spent all that money to build it, then once we had that, then we could just work on songs for as long as we wanted to, rather than having to go book out a studio for 2 weeks, and then at the end of that you've spent all your money and you're kind of stuck with whatever you've got at the end of those 2 weeks, which I think is what a lot of bands go through when you hire out a studio. So I was, in the end, it worked out great for us to create, to have this space that we can create music in.
No, I completely understand the money situation. Also, booking the studio time around your own time as well. The biggest song I know that your biggest single that came out was Trojans. Do you have anything to say about that song? Like, what was the message behind it, and like how you guys came up with that song?
I mean, that was the first one we put out, and we were completely surprised that people even ended up hearing that song. I mean, it was just something that we liked, and it was the first one that we'd finished. So we thought, well, we should just put this up on a few websites, and we didn't expect that anybody would hear it really. I mean, as far as like a message, I mean, that song is what it is. It's um, I think like as far as like describing what the song's about, I find that the more you do that, I think that you can take away from from the power of a song, or any art for that matter. If you start to kind of, I think like I try to like if I'm looking at a painting or listening to a song, I prefer just to kind of appreciate it for what it is rather than knowing the backstory. I mean, it's my personal experiences that where the lyrics come from, but you know, it's kind of, you know, I think it's best if left unsaid quite often.
I guess in one of the reviews it said that it's your music now from the new full length When It Was Now. It's filled with like shimmery pop melodies. Would you consider yourself synth pop or like more of indie alternative? I know it's hard always to describe your own band.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to describe your own music. I would say, you know, like I would say indie pop maybe. I mean, like because I think that straight pop is, you know, kind of just went bad over the last 20 or 30 years. Pop music just turned into this saccharine, sweet kind of, you know, top 40 stuff that it's just so overproduced. So I think, you know, indie pop is probably like a term that kind of describes music that it is sort of is pop in its origins, but is trying to keep that human element in. I think that's the problem with a lot of pop music is that it gets so produced. All the humanness, like everything gets auto-tuned. You know, like so it just becomes this really sterile stuff. And I think that what we're doing is like coming from like my favorite bands are all indie bands. You know, like bands that were, you know, guitar bands or you know, kind of a lot rawer than pop. So, but then you know, I mean, one of my favorite bands of all time is the Beatles. And I mean, their music is pop, but it's so gritty and so real. So yeah, I mean, indie pop I think is probably the best term.
What would you say your like the influences, like band influences, the biggest ones for you and your drummer Michael are for you?
I mentioned the Beatles, Scout for Cutie, the Strokes, yes, Australian bands like Midnight Oil, Crowded House, which are kind of Australian, kind of New Zealand, bands like that.
Yeah, because I listened to If So, it kind of reminded me of a Two Door Cinema Club feel, like the dance aspect of it and also the instrumental vibe that went along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can hear that.
See that part to it. What image do you think your music conveys to your fans? Or like what fan base are you trying to get to? Or is it just everybody in general like that music speaks to?
Yeah, I don't think we try and target anyone. It's really just if the music resonates with somebody, and if they're 5 or they're 15 or if they're 50 or 100, I mean that's cool. I mean, you really just write music. Like I know that I personally don't try to target anyone. It's you create music that you like. You create it's an expression of yourself, and so I don't really go and try and target. Okay, look, I'm gonna randomly song that's, you know, a certain age bracket or whatever. It's really just if anyone, you know, if anybody has a beauty, that's great. You know, and you know, kind of. You know, yeah, I guess I've said enough about it.
So get into kind of different questions about the band life and everything. Like, what's your favorite part of being in your band, or being in a band, and like what it means to you?
Well, it means being in a band and doing what we do. So the level where we're at the moment, it means that we're able to focus on music full time, because music is our passion. And we're in a fortunate position with that. We're able to tour and play music night after night around America and other parts of the country as a full-time job, because that's what, you know, I think it's what we're good at. You know, it's the thing that I'm the best at, rather than you're not a lawyer or anything else. It's kind of my profession, and the best thing about it is I get to play music night after night, and also we get to travel. I mean, we've seen more more of American than a lot of Americans I've met. I feel quite privileged.
So, do you guys plan on doing more United States tour, or you plan more like in the future to do as many countries and whatnot as you can?
We're currently touring America, and then this tour finishes at the end of June. We're going to go back to Australia for 2 weeks. We're touring there for 2 weeks in July. Then we come back here, and we actually do a bunch of festivals. We're doing Lollapalooza and Oceania, Outside Lands, and a bunch of other festivals. And then I think we're heading to Europe for a little bit, and then I think we haven't announced it yet, but it looks like we're going to be doing a fall tour. I think around America, so it'll be all over the place, really.
That sounds exciting now. So on tour, do you guys obviously? I mean, I know a lot of musicians love going on tour and everything. How would your tour experience so far? How would you describe that?
How's the tour experience been? Is that what you said?
The tour experience, like so far, like how would you describe it in your own words of what it's meant to you, and like how it's changed, or if you stayed the same through it?
Tour experience has been it was a real change. I know when we first started touring in the middle of last year, touring outside of our country, it's a long time to be away from your comfort zones of your own house, with your friends and your family and that sort of thing. So it took a while, I think. It took a few months to get to a point where you really settled into a rhythm where, because we're in a different city every day, basically. And every morning we wake up, we pack a suitcase, and we go to the next city. But then once you're at both of them, the amount of inspiration and the amount of things you get to see, in the day is amazing. So the two experiences, but it is, and the other side it is a pretty grueling thing, because you are travelling constantly. I mean, sometimes we're changing time zones, and like we were in England a few weeks ago, and then the next day we were in Los Angeles, and we were working over in Los Angeles. So, I mean, those kinds of things, they sound romantic, but they're also quite intense. the body suffers from time to time.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of moving back and forth and everything. You must have a good support system, you guys, from home and everything. So. We do. It's always good to have, because it's probably the people who have been there for you from the beginning, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing is you try and eat healthy as well, wherever you can. It's not always easy, but we're vegetarian, so I think that kind of helps. Just making sure you're willing to eat decent food.
Yeah, how does well, I know there's a lot more places that are good with that nowadays than they were before. There's a lot more people who are more educated about being vegetarian or vegan, or depending on what everybody is. So.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier now. I can imagine it would have been 10 years ago even. It would have been a lot harder to be a vegetarian on the road. It's like now you can go most cities you can find a Whole Foods, or even some of the fast food joints have some kind of vegetarian option. So I think it's getting easier.
It definitely is easier for you guys. So do you guys have any hopes for the near future for yourselves or the band?
I just I'll get to keep touring for. I mean, the rest of this year's booked up for touring. I hope that the shows continue to be as great as they've been. I mean, we did a show last night in Indianapolis, and I think it was the most fun show we've done so far. So if they keep improving in that way, like the crowd keep getting even better, I mean, it's going to be a fun year.
That sounds. Everything with touring always intrigues me. But do you guys have any hobbies besides making music, or is that hard to do? I know, like on the road and everything.
Hobbies. I mean, a lot of that. Like personally, my hobbies are film music. A lot of it's music related. I mean, either listening to music or like creating music while we're doing, like in the band as well. I mean, that's the good thing about it. The modern era is that you're able to write while you're in the band. But I do, you know what? The one thing I do really like to do if I get the chance is go for a run. It's not very rock and roll, it's a bit busy, but going for a long run, if you get like a day off, you're feeling good. That's the best way of keeping sane, I think, is just to do that, so just get away from everything and go for like a 7-mile run or something.
Would that be your advice to other musicians, or do you have any other advice that you'd give to anybody touring?
Well, I guess, I mean, like, a lot of my musician friends smoke, although I guess probably less and less, but so I'd say that I don't know how smoking and running would go. I don't smoke, but you know, if you're a musician and you don't smoke, you go for a run. If you're a musician and you do smoke, I don't know.
Have a smoke break. But I guess this is more of like a crazy question. It's up to you if you want to answer it. But like, what's the most embarrassing experience you've had on stage that you made, you know, that you can make better? Like, say, if like I've fallen off the stage before and I just laughed about it, so it's fine. But
actually, you probably should mention that, because that's what I was thinking. We did a show. Where were we? It was in Austin, Texas. It was I think it was the first show of this headline tour, and it was a great crowd. I think it was like 1,800 sold out. And right at the end of the show, I was on the drum kit, and I was standing on the drum kit, and I actually fell off the drum kit. But for a moment, I'm like, this is kind of awkward. 1,800 people watching me fall, but you make it work.
No, I can see what you mean. But do you guys have? I mean, you guys play in front of, I can only imagine how many people. Have you guys ever experienced stage fright, or is there like a ritual you do before you go on stage? I know some bands do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as stage fright goes, I think that smaller shows, I get more. I don't think I get stage fright anymore, but I think I find the smaller the show, the more intimate the show, the more nervous you get. I think sometimes if you have a sea of people at a festival, it's actually it's easier to kind of to focus on something. Like, I know that if I'm playing to 1 or 2 people in a room, that's way more intimate and I think way more scary than playing to a huge crowd. It might sound a bit strange, but that's how I find it.
Yeah, instead of focusing on some random people in the crowd, you got to focus on those two.
Yeah, exactly. And if their reactions aren't to your liking, I mean, it can be really off-putting.
Do you guys have a ritual you do before you go on stage? Like, do you, like, I don't know, some people do like handshakes, some people run around and.
Yeah, we always do a huddle. We always do a huddle before our show. Just, you know what, the other thing is, like the tour we're doing at the moment, there's 2 great bands opening for us. There's the Postels and Heart. And we also had a really good LA band called The Colours. And so what we make sure we do is you go out and sort of watch a bit of that set, watch their set. Just, it gets you, I find that really gets me pumped up once you see another band doing their thing. But sometimes where we've had a show where you're in the dressing room right up until you go on stage, and so you're going from this sterile, quiet dressing room to playing in front of 500 or 1,000 people, and it's such a change that it can be it's not good for your mindset. I think you really need to sort of get psyched up for a show.
Yeah, definitely. How is that experience going from, I mean, you know, where you probably started off in a few clubs and everything to now going in front of thousands of people at a festival?
Yeah, it's a very rewarding experience. I think that when you have to work to put up a crowd, I'll give you a good example, actually. That the show we did, I was talking about yesterday's show we did in Indianapolis. And the first time we played in America, well, I think our second or our third show last year that we ever played in America was in Indianapolis, and it was in a beer garden, and I think there might have been 30 people. And then you know, but last night was the fourth time we played there, and then we had a sold out show last night. I think it was like 750 or something. So when you felt it's a completely different experience, and when you clawed your way up and you built the crowd up to that kind of thing, it's a great feeling. Like last night's show was just for us was a really special show. Coming from that small beer garden last year to having a sold out show like that.
Sounds like a crazy experience. I don't have any more questions that I have written down because I didn't know how many it would be. But do you have anything that you would like to say or that you would like written in this article that I will be doing for my college, which is Rhode Island College in Rhode Island?
Oh, I'm just hoping to see some people at the show, and if anybody is inclined, they should come down and check out the show.
Oh, definitely. We'll be there. We'll be there for the Providence, Rhode Island date, definitely. And I know BRU is putting that on, and my friend works for them, so we'll be down there.
Yeah. Are you coming to the show?
Yes. So I'll be.
Well, make sure you come up to LA.
Oh, will do. And maybe I'll have a few short questions for you. But I'm definitely looking forward to it.
We'll reconvene our conversation then.
All right, it sounds good.
Great, good talking to you.
All right, you too. Nice talking to you. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Bye.